What's up, everyone? Best ball draftapalooza. We're drafting best ball teams all summer long. I'm Kevin Allen, aka the Geek from DFS Army, and let's go, guys. Simple stuff here. Drafting best ball teams. I'm shifting gears this week and taking a look at, for this episode, I'm just going to do DraftKings today, right? We did a couple underdog drafts the other day. I'm going to do DraftKings. We're going to be shifting back, and I'm just going to shift back and forth a lot. One of the things I like about the DraftKings system is that I think the drafters aren't as sharp. I think they're not as sharp. So there's a lot of excitement there. Guys, a couple other details here, but I've got my rankings out. My personal best ball ranking sheet is complete. And, it's always in adjustments, but it's available if you're a DFS Army subscriber under the DFS Army season-long fantasy football site. Yes, it is the most wonderful time. But, on DFS Army, here, I'll show you how to get there. But if you want to get to my rankings here, we want to go to season-long fantasy football right up here. Right. And that'll take us over to the ranking sheet. We can get my best ball rankings right there. Dynasty rookie rankings, all that kind of stuff. And I am adding to that menu. We're going to be adding our research report. So here's the rankings via the DFS Army website. And you can see here, every player is kind of marked with different things. Who's a target? Why? We got some notes on each guy. We got the underdog ADP. We've got my rank. Positional rank and player rank. So I have now headliner. I have moved Jahmyr Gibbs, he's jamming, to number 1 overall, especially on DraftKings, guys. And you know why? If you watch some of the videos, I've been putting out really good stuff. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel here and that you have your notificationers and like and all that good stuff. But I put out a video talking about fundamental rules of fantasy football. And this is one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. Please watch it, right? I think it's 12 minutes long. It's here on the DFS Army channel. And the reason I like it is what I talked about was some of the fundamental things that I do every single year, like things that translate from DFS to fantasy and to best ball. And one of the primary things is stop drafting running backs from teams that suck. Now you're like, what are you talking about, Kevin? Well, I never heard that before. That's right. You don't hear it anywhere else because all they do is everybody else just repeat the shit that they hear. Well, I'm going to let you. I've been doing DFS for longer than anyone, and I genuinely believe longer than anyone. And I've been doing fantasy football quite a while. And the number one, what do we do in DFS? Do we play underdog running backs? No, we avoid them. I don't want to play an underdog running back because the teams are losing. They're throwing the football more. They're not running, and they don't score a lot. That's why they're an underdog. With that being said, when I looked at Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson, right? Bijan's the man. Jahmyr is the man. They're both freaking awesome. They both They both got rid of their primary vultures from their teams. Great. Positive news. So Bijan, Jahmyr, they're both awesome. They both catch a pass. They're both involved with the game, even when they're behind, which is why it's all good. But the difference is Jahmyr Gibbs is on the Lions, who generally score 3 touchdowns every single game. They're awesome. They're going to compete for the playoffs. They're going to compete for the Super Bowl this year. Bijan Robinson's on a Falcons team where I don't even know who the quarterback is this year. I don't think they're going to be favored. Yes, they're in a mediocre division, so they can win some games, but they'll be favored because the rest of the the NFC South not that good, but the Falcons aren't some team that you're scared about. So yeah, I'm putting Gibbs ahead of Bijan. Why not? Lions are just a better team, so why not go with that as your tiebreaker? And that's a lot of what I talked about on the running back position. These running backs on bad teams, they are a risk of fucking you. Remember how bad Ashton Jeanty was for most of last season? Despite all of his talent, The guy is awesome, right? And he had a couple of pop games, but the reality was the Raiders sucked. Their team is shit. Their team is still shit. And so they got a 5.5 win total. Like, it is not good. So how much faith do I want to put in a team that has a low win total that's not very good, right? So one of the themes is going to be avoid running backs that suck. That was one of the themes of that video. Really good stuff. Check it out. Yes, we're going to do a Millie Maker. We're going to do some DraftKings best ball this week. DraftKings a little softer, but what I wanted to show you before I actually got into this first draft. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. There's all kinds of free deals that you're getting on DraftKings right now. I just want to show you real quick how to upload the rankings. If you want to adjust this ranking, the baseline, I've already done it. So I've already uploaded my personal rankings from the sheet. And the way you do it is under DFS Army Best Ball Rankings here at the bottom of the sheet. You could scroll over to DK Upload, and it basically just gives you the file. And this is already sorted by my ranking under ADP. That's the ranking that I've given each one of these players. So if we want to draft with my rankings showing as the rank, and then we could use ADP as our guide, that's what we're going to do today. And, if you want to use the rankings that I put out, I suggest doing so. The ADPs have a lot of mistakes in there, or not, or use your own rankings, whatever you want to do. If you're a DFS Army subscriber, obviously you have access to those rankings on the DFS Army website season long. And if you're not, I suggest signing up at DFS Army and doing the full year NFL, which covers best ball. And you basically only pay for the DFS season, but you get the whole off season, the best ball, all that shit 1 year. So go check that out. I believe, Code Geek will get 10% off of that. All right. I've got my rankings uploaded. Going back to the tournament. Oh, wait. Save it. Cancel that. Save rankings. There we go. So I've now put my rankings up here. So this time we're going to be drafting alongside of that. Let's see. Let's take another look at the lobby here real quick. I want to see if I could. Yeah, here it is. Get 3 tickets free to. Wait. Let's go back to that. What was that? That's what I want. Draft-a-palooza. Let's rock. Okay. Oh, new draft. I'm not new to DraftKings, guys. Come on. That's not going to work out for me. But I guess new DraftKings customers get some free tickets. Draft one, get one. Here it is. Details. Enter the Millie Maker and earn a ticket again. We're going to draft now. Wait, what's that other one? We want to take advantage of all of our promos here. Hold on. I saw another one. Let's get them all. Let's get them all. I lost the place where I find them. Daily Fantasy. No, don't want that. Don't want that. Oh, here it is. Okay. No Stress Showdown, NBA. Here we go. Climb the tiers with entries on Best Ball Millie Maker. Earn up to $75, guys. All right, what are the details? Can you see my screen? You can. So let's figure out. Okay, promo period between 5/18 and 5/24. It is 5/20. Opt in and submit multiple entries in the Best Ball Millie Maker during the promo period. 1, enter 3 times and to earn $10 in DK dollars. Enter 7 times for $20. Enter 15 times for $45. So 10, 45, 55, 65, 75. So it looks like you get a total of $75 for 15 entries. The cost of 15 entries is going to be about $325 or something like that. So I'm going to opt in. Man, let's knock out some fucking Millie Makers. I normally don't like to play in the Millie Maker if I'm keeping it real. I find that it is expensive, and I'd rather. So I'm just going to say this. For those of you guys watching, I'm much more inclined to play a lot more entries in like a $3 contest than I am to put these $25 entries in. I'm not even going to pressure anybody who's watching this to put a 25er in, but I'm going to do it. I'll get my $75. But like, I'm just going to say in general, I am all about, if you have the time, we're going to do a fast. We're going to do a fast one. My rankings are in, but if you have the time, I'm very much more for the idea of doing cheaper ones and lots more of them. But of course, I can't pass up the free money from DraftKings. So I'm in the Millie Maker. The next one, $3 million to first. While we're looking at this, guys, as you all know, we've done a pile of research on best ball strategies. Let me see if I can pull that research report up. Yeah, I'm just going to grab my research report here, and let's go to my drive. And basically, we've put together, yeah, here it is. Okay, hold on. All these, all this data. Here we go. We're about to go live, but let me pull that out still. I'm not going to give up on what I was doing. I want to show you guys some of this as we go through it, right? So here's my channel. Go to the pinned. So if you want this research report, it is pinned in my channel in the DFS Army Discord. It's called the DFS Army BBM Research Report. And I went through the BBM contest, 3 years of data, 38 million picks, all of the receipts, everything that you need to know. And we analyzed all these different approaches, different stack types, mid-cost stacks, late stacks, hero RB, robust RB, early, zero, all these different RB strategies. And I want to talk a little bit about the RB strategies today. I'll kind of get into that a little bit here. That's the thing I want to talk the most about. But let me see if I can find. I'm going to look for that section as we kind of get ready for this draft. Oh, it looks like I'm pick number 2. Oh, look who's here. All right, actually, let's check out the draft. All right, so here we go. In Bob We Must, I believe that is Sean Hoy. Here I am, pick number 2. Okay, Jameer, we're jamming, hopefully. And let's see who else is in here with us. Anybody else in there? Maybe, no. Ray's, is that you, Ray? Yeah, we got Ray Zanny in here. What's up, Ray? Got to get a DFS Army avatar going, my man. Ray is going to be one of the I'm calling it the Whack Pack, the crew that comes and hangs out with us during Draftapalooza. If you guys are out there. Oh, 408 Steeler. There you are, Tebow time. Okay. I thought I saw that. Fact, what's up, my man? Back for another summer of hanging out. Drafting teams. We're going to draft a lot of best ball teams all summer long. So for those of you guys who hung out with me last season for this, and there's Larejo from 1 week season, sharp guy. So, hey, we got a nice little room here. If you guys were with me last season, I wanted to get a lot more. Yeah, Ray, classic. I love that. All right. So, of course, Sean Hoy in here takes my Jahmyr Gibbs 1.0 overall just to fucks with me, but I'm okay with that. Give me Bijan. And guys, I'm going to tell you the strategy this year. I want to talk about the running back strategies in general. So what happened last year versus what happened 2 years ago? What's going on with the hipsters? You guys, you know the hipsters. The hipsters are out there. Now, if you follow the best ball hipsters, those guys, they've been pushing zero RB for the past few years. Why? Because it worked in 2023. So I want to talk about what zero RB is first, and then what happened in 23 that it worked and why it hasn't worked the last couple of years. Zero RB is the concept of going into best ball and waiting on taking any kind of running backs until later in the draft. After round 5, you start to gather up running backs, and you get a lot of them. Now, what does zero RB do for you? Zero RB allows you to get a positional advantage at wide receiver, generally either a stud tight end in there or a superstar quarterback. I'd probably lean this year to a stud tight end. So you take that round 2 tight end. You get the round 3, 4 wide receivers, and maybe even you go nuts with a Josh Allen pick early. And then you kind of wait on running backs and you gather all the turds at running back. You gather all the fallers. This year, the Bajal Tootin types. This year, sort of the ones that go after round 5 or 6. And you put a pile of RB handcuffs on your roster. The hope is in that strategy that a lot of the early pick running backs will get hurt or they'll fail. They'll burn all the people who used picks on running backs in the first couple rounds, and it gives you an edge to try to win a best ball tournament. So here's the downside of that. Because it worked in 2023, mostly 2022, like in that time period, zero RB worked out because we had a couple of years where the running backs all just got hurt. I can remember some of the names, but in one of those years, or the running backs who were being taken early were being taken almost by default, but they weren't very good, right? So what do I mean by that? A couple of years ago, if you go look at the 2022 or 2023 draft, it was names like, it was just mediocre names. And over the hill, Austin Eckler, who just failed that entire year, was like pick 4. Breece Hall on the Jets, again, quarterback on running back on shitty teams don't work. Breece Hall was a top 4 pick one of those years. McCaffrey gets hurt, done for the year. I believe like even Najee Harris was a top 12 pick one of these years where it was just like, I don't know who's good, so I might as well take a guy. I'm going to point at some guys like that. And what ended up happening was almost all those running backs failed, round 1 and round 2. So the people who waited on running back created this data point right at the beginning of like best ball, really, of best ball data, where it was like 0 RB really works. Let's all do it. So, of course, all the hipsters piled onto that the next year, and they're all doing 0 RB. What ends up happening? Whoa. Let's see what's going on with this draft, by the way. But what ends up happening is it hasn't worked since. 0 RB has delivered exactly 0 lineups into the finals over the last couple of years. And there we go. So, well, looks like this field definitely likes RBs because they just ate them all up. Yes. Oh, that's a great question. I want to get into that. I want to get handcuffing. Next round, let me pick my guys. Next round, we're going to talk about handcuffing and why in best ball, you should never, ever, under any circumstances, be handcuffing. Unless it's the eliminator, you should never be handcuffing your own running back. I'm going to get into a whole section on that. Let me make my 2 picks here. And then we're going to talk about Money Mage. Never do this. Never handcuff your own guy. And I'm going to give you the math behind why that should never, ever be done, right? So let me start here. We got Bowers, possibility. Josh Jacobs is there if I want to go double running back. Malik Neighbors, very, very dangerous pick, but I kind of like it. I have a whole other thing to show you guys too. Fuck. There's so many cool things we got to go over here. But I'm going to go Malik Neighbors. And I'm going to maybe try to build a, you know how I love my guy, Jackson Dart. So I'm going to do that. As you can see, my rankings had Malik next, although I still have to make an adjustment in my personal rankings for the fact that that Neighbors might be hurt to start the season. We don't want those kind of guys. There we go. Tony Boyer. So I went over this at the very beginning, but I'll show you again. If you want my rankings, they're right here on the DFS Army website. I'm now showing my upload sheet, but DFS Army website, you're going to go to Season Long Fantasy. You're going to scroll in right over here to Best Ball Rankings, and this will give you my full ranking sheet, including, it's position by position. This is a master sheet, but like we can go. These are the overall rankings, notes on every player. It goes position by position as well. So you got my quarterback, running back, and all of that, tight end rankings. And then right here at the end, at the very end, you have your downloads section. So you could go to the Underdog download or the DraftKings download to set that up on your Underdog or DraftKings team. Yeah. All right. So there it is. Vishay one. Why are we avoiding hedging? All right, let's kind of follow along with this draft a little bit. But why are we avoiding? Yeah, here's our draft board. There we go. Okay, that's the view I like. Why are we avoiding hedging your running back? Well, what if my guy gets hurt, Kev? Well, here's the problem. And this is why you handcuff with other people's backs, never your own. We are playing best ball tournaments here. This is not our season-long league. In your season-long league against your 12-team group, you should most definitely be handcuffing your own running back, because my primary concern is beating 12 other people, and all of whom drafted with me. In best ball, if I were to take Bijan here, and then let's say somewhere around pick 12, I take Brian Robinson Jr., his clear-cut handcuff. Well, you might think, wow, that's great. You got a guy who's scoring for you no matter what. I have so many things to share in this video. I want to stay on topic. You have a guy that's scoring for you no matter what. So isn't that a good thing? So here I want you to ask yourself, if I took Bijan and Brian Robinson, and Bijan gets hurt, and Brian Robinson is crushing now, he is like an RB1. That's cool, and it'll help me get through my 12-man pod, which seems great. But how do I get through the next round when my competition has Jahmyr Gibbs and Brian Robinson Jr., or my competition has Jamar Chase and Brian Robinson Jr.? In other words, your competitor does not have the disadvantage of their first round pick having been hurt. And you're not that good at drafting that you're that much better than their lineup in that scenario. You're not that much better than them. So the minute you do something like that, where you take your own handcuff, you're now going to be going up against players who took somebody else's handcuff, still have their first round stud, but now you're stuck with no first round pick. So the idea of best ball is draft as if your players are staying healthy all season. If they don't stay healthy, you're not going to win anyway. So fuck that lineup. It's already dead. We're not trying to min cash. We're only trying to win. And you will not win. When I say win, listen, a high finish is great too. I'll go to the finals and top 10. There's money in it, but we want to be competitive. Ooh, there goes DJ Moore early. Lamar Jackson, quarterback. Again, I am not a quarterback early kind of a guy, but what I do look at when I'm drafting here, I'm looking at, all right, who are some of the, I got 2 running backs, 1 Malik Neighbors, so I'm going to take Devontae Adams. But as I'm taking players here, I'm now thinking about who I'm going to stack them with. And I have a draft assistant that I'm building, guys. Probably premiere it next week on the show. That for those of you guys who are DFS Army subs, it's a draft assistant that will actually be paying attention to the draft more than you. So it just helps out, letting you know, hey, you took, oh, wait, here we go. So let me get my next pick in here. We got Mike Evans, San Francisco. Price, the Seattle running back. I do like him a lot this year. I like that. But this is DraftKings, so we're going to favor our wide receivers a little bit. I'm going to go with Luther Burden here. Again, opening up a Caleb stack for me. So right now I've got the possibility of Malik Neighbors and the Giants and Dart. I've got Devontae with Stafford, Burden with potentially Caleb. And why am I building this way? Because it's all about the stacks. I'll get into, there's so many little details. By the way, the research report is the thing that you should really be excited about, Tony Boyer. The best ball research report is that, where is that? I thought I had, this is gold. This is gold, the research report. I want to go through a couple of different things here as I'm doing this. The meta whip, this section is all about RB and how early RB1 in 2023, market overreacted, where just one running back, then another one with just one running back early and then taking the rest late. And last year, robust running back, 3 running backs in the first 5 rounds resulted in a 20% greater possibility of making the finals or the playoffs than anything else. The PP is what you want. We look for strategies that add into your percentage of finishing early. Well, one really interesting data point here in this, guys, was around the tight end position. Let me see if I can find that section. But yeah, the end result is pure punt tight end is the only stable multi-year edge that we found across anything. So in looking at 38 million lineups drafted over 3 years, there was only one strategy that consistently over all 3 years produced above average returns, and that was called pure punt tight end. wait on the tight end position is what it's telling you. That's the only thing that's ever worked consistently over multiple seasons. Every other data point that we measured changes for the most part from year to year. So wait on tight end. And now, why does that work? Tight end position is very volatile. Week to week, you might get a Derek, Hunter Henry, who 1 week puts up a 25 and 3 weeks in a row puts up a 0. That's how those later round tight ends operate. But when you're in the late round doldrums of the best ball draft, the other players that are there are effectively just backups or giving you nothing, right? So the idea is positional scarcity. It all comes down to that. There are lots of tight ends available rounds 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They're not very good tight ends, but they're starting tight ends for their teams, and they'll have a good week here and there. So if you get a pile of those in your lineup, and especially ones that are tied to your quarterbacks, that's a better approach to trying to win best ball tournaments than taking Brock Bowers or Trey McBride. And part of the reason why Bowers-McBride thing doesn't necessarily work, like the stud tight end thing, is exactly that's like the same concept. Whoa, I've got 2 running backs. I need a third one. Let's see here. I've got Michael Wilson, a bunch of players that I really like, ADP of 80. We're at pick 71. So RB Stevenson is at 78.5. Yeah, if I'm going to get another quote unquote nice running back, I think I got to go with Ramondre here. Yeah, by the way, Freiermuth is fine. I wouldn't call him a golden nugget. How about Chiga Okonkwo? How about there's so many other running tight ends. Jawan Johnson leads me to tournament wins every year on the tight end for the Saints. Let's get him late. Let's get him late in the draft. Should I get another running back here? My rankings have the running backs going now. Oh, no, wait a minute. Michael Wilson, Parker Washington. Love these guys. These are names that I have well ahead of their current ADP, by the way. You know what? I'm inclined to actually just take my guy, Michael Wilson. I think this is a bargain. I got Parker Washington. So a couple little details about some of these players. Parker Washington, I love him this year. Why? Again, it opens up a Trevor Lawrence stack. Michael Wilson, a little less because I'm not super excited about the Jacoby Brissett stack, but still it's there. I think Michael Wilson's going way too low compared to what he did for us last season. So that's kind of the way I went. At this point, I've got 3 running backs. I've got 4 wide receivers. So we are looking really maybe over good. This is the point where we're going to see the quarterback run. There it is, right? We're in the 80s. The quarterbacks start to go. Let's look at the draft board here. We had a couple of quarterbacks go a little earlier. I'll get into who they are. So this guy, Larejo, just, a donkey, clearly. Two early quarterbacks. This is a donkey way of playing best ball. Weird because this is a sharp guy, but he's playing donkey best ball. So good luck with that. He took 2 quarterbacks. You got, I don't mind this approach. This is Sean Hoy. Sean, I do not mind what you did here. If you're going to take 2 quarterbacks, they should be 2 mid-level quarterbacks like Jaden Daniels and Caleb, right? That's a nice little mid quarterback combination. I don't mind that one bit. We've got Razani, first quarterback, Pat Mahomes. That's fine. Mahomes coming off an injury, but I like it. I hope you have Rashee Rice on that team. Where's Rashee Rice? Where did Rashee Rice go? Now I'm curious. Wait a second. Does anybody want rice? I like me some rice. Rice and beans? Where did Rashee go? There he is. All right, so 408 Steeler Tebow time. You didn't care that Rice is in jail right now. He's fine with it. I don't give a fuck. 408 Steeler, please pay attention to my rankings. I know you're in here with us, Tebow. I have Justin Jefferson way lower than these other guys than consensus. So if you look at my rankings, I've got Justin Jefferson down in round 2. Avoid. I'm not saying he's going to fail. I'm just saying, why am I, in real fantasy football, I'm not wasting my first round pick on a guy who completely failed last season, and I don't really trust Kyler Murray to turn it around. So you see here, we got the run. It looks like the run on quarterback. So one nice thing is last season we were paying 3.1 for Joe Burrow. Now it's down to 5.5. So Burrow is a bit of a bargain compared to last year. But if you look at the rest of the quarterback group, all the kind of decent ones start to go here. Right? In between 80 and about 100 and pick 105, all of the decent quarterbacks will be gone. And you have some reaches here. Like that's a reach on Stafford. That's a way early pick on him. Even weirder because this guy has no connection to Stafford in his these are just retarded people. This guy took Stafford. He doesn't have Puka. He doesn't have Devontae. What the fuck are you doing? Who's going to start, Ray? I don't even know who's going to start. JJ McCarthy? But what are people doing here? Wait a second. All right, this guy took Hurts. You don't need to pair him up with anything. This guy's just a fucking moron. Car wash man. Takes 3 quarterbacks in a row, all completely not disconnected from anybody on the team. This is a league ruiner happening here. He took a 4th one. What an asshole. I wonder if DraftKings is going to cancel this draft. So we got a guy hoarding all the quarterbacks now. Literal moron. Unreal. Yes, Denver stack. Denver stack was one of the key stacks last year. Guys, people don't know this. Denver, last season, it was Bo Nix to Marvin Mims Jr. that helped people advance in the playoffs. And the data show in our BBM research report, again, you got to go through this report. But in the BBM research report, the data clearly shows I'm just going to get my second quarterback here, Bo Nix. Because there's a weird run on quarterback, so I might as well fucking get a second guy in there. I can't trust Jackson Dart to be healthy the whole season, but I do love me some Dart. So I'm fine with that start. Dart start. Car Wash is just hoarding quarterbacks. This guy's a moron. So now Car Wash Man, who is donating, by the way, I don't get upset when somebody does this because I don't get upset when somebody does a move like this because they're just going to lose, right? So here's a person that is a moron and they spent $25 just to donate it to this pod, right? So in this pod that we're drafting in right now, guys, I only need to beat 11 other people. There's also a fucking moron. And I'm sure if I look through this, I'll find a couple other morons. So, yeah, we've got 2 other knuckleheads at the very end as well. So like, I don't mind this. I'd rather wait on quarterback and be stupid about it than I would do something like this. Like this gives a person 0 chance to win. I actually think Larejo and his 2 early picks of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, generally that is never going to win. So that's another person kind of doing it wrong. Again, you might think I'm doing it wrong. Hey, Kevin doesn't know what he's talking about, but you know, I have 38 million picks worth of data to know who's doing it right and who's doing it wrong. This report again is like gold. It tells you pretty much everything you need to know. That's right. We were all over Dart last year. We crushed it week after week after week after week. Don't forget, we were also on the Brissett to Michael Wilson bandwagon weeks and weeks and weeks before the field caught on last season. We had an amazing DFS season last year, my best ever, and best for DFS Army members ever, because we crushed it. What's up, Soups? What's up, my man? Now, one downside of what's great about Baker is also very affordable stacks. Guys, Yes, the report is tagged. It's pinned to my channel in the DFS Army Discord. Read it. Read it. No, I'm trying to get it on the site. There's a little tech, but right now it's tagged to my Discord channel. So make sure you're checking that out. The whole reason Best Ball Draftapalooza started 3 weeks later than I wanted was because I was balls deep in that report setting that up. Those things don't come easy. We had to analyze 38 million picks. I had to buy a new computer to have enough storage to even have a database that size. You guys have no idea what goes on in the background here. There's a lot of efforts going on in the lab, in the basement. No one's allowed down there. I'm just sitting there. There's no sleeping. I don't know if it's daytime or nighttime. I'm just in the lab analyzing picks and shit. It's a big deal. All right. I've got 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, no tight end. So I got to take a look here. Tight end. Ooh, okay. Oh, Punk just jealous because they can't outright me. Okay. Okay. Wow. Got to sort by ADP, by the way. One of the things, as we're doing this, sort by ADP. I have it sorted now. I'm going to grab Isaiah Likely. Punk just jealous because they can't outright me. Wicked. Wow. Happy face. Never seen you smile. All right, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you know the gummies are already in, guys. Yeah. That's right. So anyway, now I've got Dart, Likely, Neighbors. We got the combo. We're going to get another one of these guys. I need another running back. Ooh, Kenny G. Jonathan Brooks, 2 of my favorites. Right up here, I'm going to go Kenny G. I need to get like some Kenny G music for Kenny Gainwell. Guys, who here thinks that Kenny Gainwell might end up getting more work than Bucky Irving? Never know. Actually, I should have taken Brooks. Hindsight, should have taken Brooks. So, little trick of how to, Dick's Insider, what you don't know is that Isaiah was traded to the Giants, and he's going to be like their wide receiver too. So shit all over my picks, all you want, but you'll be back. You'll be back. And you'll be like, you know what? Kevin did fucking call that shit. And I made fun of him. Man, now I feel stupid. I wish I hadn't have done that. Kevin really was right. There it is. That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. He's on the Giants. Who are they throwing to? Malik Neighbors might be hurt. Certainly to start the season. Yeah. I don't know that our people, most of these guys aren't watching this. Like the guy who sniped Brooks is not here. So, I don't think so. Oh man, I would have rather had Brooks than Rachaad White. Although Tebow time, I like Rachaad White quite a bit too. I like Rachaad White on Washington. They don't have a running back. So Rachaad White, these are some of those late. I like the idea this year. All right. I've got to save this for all these draftapaloozas, but if you look at the research report I put together, one of the I don't know. I mean, let's call it CLV on Neighbors being, if Neighbors was healthy, he would be at the top of round 1. So if I'm getting him late in round 2, I do think that's value, but we'll see. Like, I don't know. If Neighbors turns out to be healthy, then yes. Oh, guys, I have a whole other report that I did. I haven't even shown you this one yet. I haven't shown it to anyone. I did a full report on playoff week schedules. I got to show you that. Where is that freaking? You know what? I got to do that one too. Playoff week schedule. I need a whole episode for this. But I looked at who's playing who in the playoffs. And there are teams to avoid. There are teams to target. And then there's a whole pile of teams like in the middle. But some of the teams to target are these late round quarterback teams. Like, they're very easy to create amazing stacks. Like the Saints, the Giants are on the list. Where's my freaking spreadsheet? Hold on. See if I can find that. I have to be more prepared here, a little more organized. But like, I've got this amazing spreadsheet. Let's see here. Yeah, here it is. All right, let me show you my other research report, folks, Guys, we're not messing around here at DFS Army. Everything is scientific. Everything is by the book. All right, I'm coming up on my pick in a minute, but I want to show you this. Okay, playoff strength of schedule. Our best teams to target for stacks have the best playoff schedule. You got the Vikings, the Colts, the Saints, the Jaguars, the Giants, the Falcons, the Browns, right? I put a metric on the defenses here. The Vikings are the ultimate playoff team. They take on the Lions, the Commanders, and the Jets. The Colts are right. Ooh, I'm up in a minute. Oh, boy. All right, hold on. What do I need? Woody Marks goes. Okay, I forgot what's going on. Let's see. I've got 4 running backs, 3 wide receivers. We can go wide receiver. We can go tight end. Ooh, I like the tight ends here. Let's see if there's any more wide receivers I'm interested in. Nothing super great. Quarterback position is mostly dead. We're going to go tight end. We're going to get, oh, my guy, Juwan Johnson, one of my favorites. But look at how strong. When I look at the tight end position, part of the reason we want to load up on tight ends late is because no matter how far down I go on the tight end list, they still look pretty good. Yeah, Chig Okonkwo goes. Let's see. Running backs, they get kind of crappy at this point. There's no one who's playing like anytime soon. Again, quarterback, pretty dead here. So at wide receiver, we got Jaden Higgins, Cooper, Shaheed. Shaheed's kind of interesting. I like Hunter a little bit, but I'm going to save that. So we'll just go Higgins. We'll go next man up on my ranking. Actually, I need to go by rankings. Yeah. Next man up. All right, back to what I was talking about. So I've now got 2 tight ends, 5 wide receivers, 4 running back, 2 quarterbacks. You like it, right? All right, let me go back to this. So anyway, let me explain what I did. First, I created a metric based on the results of those defenses last year. Now, I've heard from people that tell me, hey, what happened last year? This means shit. This year's different. You know something? Okay, good for you, but I don't have a way of differentiating. So all we can do is go by how good these teams were last year. So this is our weighted list of defenses and which one's the best and so on and so forth. Now, if you see one that doesn't stand out to you, like, Kevin, I think your metrics are wrong. Okay, fine. Like, for example, the Saints up here was kind of surprising for me. I didn't know their defense was that good. Apparently they were last year. Will they keep that going? Maybe it was because they took on crappy opposing offenses and the numbers look bad. But here we go. Broncos, Vikings, Seahawks, Chargers, Eagles, Texans, Chiefs, Saints, Rams, Patriots. These are the defenses to mostly avoid. And I would kind of stick to even this top 5 or 6, like the Chiefs, Rams. These are teams you don't want to really be playing in the playoffs. The games don't score a lot of points, right? So now we go to playoff schedules. Let's go to this tab, right? Playoff schedules. And again, the best playoff schedule, the Vikings. Well, we know we could build pretty easy Viking stacks with, I don't know, Ray Zanny. You out there? Like, is it McCarthy? This is a hard one to build because I don't know if McCarthy or Kyler Murray. Who the hell is the starter over there? Tricky one. Colts, okay. All right. Danny Jones, he's available. Alec Pierce, Tyler Warren. That's one of the cheapest stacks you could possibly build. And want to get Jonathan Taylor in that one too. That's one of the cheapest stacks we can build. And this one has an amazing playoff schedule. Let me, again, go back to draft, make sure it is not my turn. I don't want to get too caught up in that. All right, so we're going to let the draft keep going. But back to the schedule, Saints, okay, Tyler Shook, Chris Olave, maybe Travis Etienne. Very easy stack to build. This might win us the playoffs this year. Super cheap, super easy, amazing schedule. And yeah, they paid Alec Pierce. They have Josh Downs, but they're all cheap to buy. How about the Jaguars? You want to build some Jaguar stacks? They have the easiest playoff schedule of any of these teams. Super easy. Now they play the Texans week 1. Don't like that, and it's accounted for. But then they get the Cowboys and the Commanders in the money weeks, guys. The money weeks. We want to build Jaguar stacks this year aggressively. Giant stacks. Why do I have Dart and all those guys? They just play a bunch of shitty players. Bounce back year. What you just said, Dixon Sider, is it a bounce back year? I would say this. I don't fucking know. That sounds like you're smoking the hopium. You know what you got to believe? If he's going to bounce back with literally nothing has changed about Brian Thomas Jr. Nothing. So you are sitting there doing this. I'm on the clock. Uh-oh. Jonah Coleman. All right, let me go by my rankings. Let me just take my best player available. Coleman, Jaron Naylor. All right, Coleman. Fuck it. Coleman's a really interesting running back choice this year. Anyway, let me look at the QB position. We don't have much going on. Geno Smith is a starting quarterback that's floating around. We got Brian Robinson Jr. I already have Bijan. I don't take my own backups, guys. We don't take our own handcuffs. Take someone else's handcuff. Nick Singleton could be interesting as a running back. Let's see, tight end position. Barner, Gooner, anybody connected to a quarterback that I own. Oh, Tongas. I love him. I'm going to wait. All right, let's just take, what the hell was I doing before? Yeah, Singleton. I like that Nick Singleton, another one of my sleeper running backs this year. Probably not going to be doing much scoring for us week to week, but, Tony Pollard, old. Tajay Spears kind of always hurt, so I don't know. Could be a league winner. I have a couple other late round running back names that we'll get into. There's some wide receivers here still floating around that I like. Again, these are my rankings. So the best way to do this is you sort this by ADP, but then I can look at the side and then I can quickly see, oh, wow, I have some of these guys ranked way higher than where they are right now, just in my personal rankings. So that's where the ADP, I look at that. I look at my ranking, and I'm just looking to differentiate where needed. Yeah. What happened to Ayuk? Don't know. They hate him. The team hates him. Everybody hates Ayuk. But again, I'm going to go back to the playoff schedule because this tells us we should be building our stacks. These are the teams that we really should be thinking about. See the Bills here? They don't have the best of schedules. They take on the Broncos right in the heart of the toughest part of the year. I think the Bills are kind of a good enough offense that doesn't matter that much. And I really like the other two matchups. But yeah, that one from the Broncos really gives them a negative boost. Similar with the Lions. The Lions are really great in week 16 and 17. So I think it's good to build these stacks. But just be aware they get a tough matchup in week 15. So, it's like a be aware situation. I'm not avoiding these guys, but what I am avoiding are the bottom tier, right? Take a look at this group down here. Take a look at this group. Texans, Eagles, Seahawks, Dolphins, 49ers. So when it comes to teams to avoid, the 49ers get the Chargers, Chiefs, and Eagles, all top 10 defenses last season. This is not a good team to help you win the best ball tournament this year. So I don't think it's going to be a Brock Purdy stack that gets there. Dolphins, we don't really even think this team is any good. And now Dolphins already suck. And now they have the worst playoff matchup. So if you needed more reason not to pick players from the Dolphins, more reason to fade Devon Achane. By the way, the amount of hate I got, I put out a video that said, you want to fade Devon Achane this year. I got a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate, guys. And it's okay. I like the hate. I like it because when you leave a comment on a video, that makes the algorithm think that people are interested in the video. So it's good for me. But I put out a video and I said, Devon Achane is a high-risk play because Miami sucks. And they're not going to score touchdowns. They stink. You don't know shit. Who is this guy? He doesn't know anything. All right, guys, I don't know anything. Maybe I don't know anything. Or maybe the person who's saying that is a moron. Let's think what's more likely. It's probably more likely that person is a moron. And the reason they're a fucking moron is, as much as I like Devon Achane as a player, there's a whole new regime in place in Miami. We don't know how they're going to use the running back. Different quarterback, running quarterback, that sometimes can help a guy. But the problem is, a lot of times, those guys don't score any touchdowns because the team sucks. When the team sucks, they don't score touchdowns. So these strategies don't work. The team sucks. Miami sucks. And now we get the bonus that Miami also has the toughest schedule. Don't take players from that team. You want another team to avoid? Seahawks. Now, am I going to fully avoid the Seahawks? No. I still think the Seahawks will do fine against the Eagles and the Rams, but those are tough matchups. And more importantly, who are top free agent picks. What do you mean free agent? Do you mean rookies? I got stuck in this. Yeah. I mean, yeah, listen, it's not the end of the world. Get a couple shares. But what I don't think is if you get him at the right price, everything's fine. But if you're taking Devon Achane at the top of round 2, I don't really like what goes on around the top of round 2 anyway. Right? Let me go back to my rankings here. Let's get this going. Let's see how easy we can make it. So ADP, the next man up is Njoku. It's a bunch of tight ends. I know what I'm going to do here. I can't wait to go over this draft, by the way. I'm taking one of my favorite sleepers. I'm going to give you one of my favorite sleepers, guys, right now. Okay? And that's Tank Bartholomew Dell. Okay? Why do I like Tank Dell? Because this guy was borderline the WR1 for his team. Borderline WR1. Where are we? Back on the clock. Hold on. Njoku, Gunnar, Parkinson, Ferguson. Don't like these guys. Taking Tongas. Tongas. I'm going to jump ADP here. Yeah, that's what I want you to say, Dix Insider. That is what I want you to say. No, he did not retire, but instead, he got a full season and a half to recover from his horrific injury. He's back, ready to go, was already healed up towards the end of last year. Tank Dell has now been healthy and then had about a whole offseason of full health. Yes, the Texans were just a much better overall offense when that guy was on the team. Veteran free agents that might get picked up midseason. So I'm assuming you're kind of looking at like an Ayuk or like a Keenan Allen type of guy. There's not that many of them floating around this year. It's probably Keenan Allen is probably the biggest name like that probably deserves like some acknowledgement in these drafts. I would say probably Keenan Allen would be like that name that deserves a little bit of acknowledgement. Let's see where we are in this draft. We're almost done with this one. Tongas. All right, let me talk about Tongas for a second. Guys, is anybody like, do we think that George Kittle is coming back? If you're watching this, do you think that George Kittle is going to play football on the 49ers like in September, October, November of this year? Because I don't. Now, George Kittle is a superhuman person, and I love him, but dude tore his ACL in December. Okay? I don't even think George Kittle will play this year at all. But if he does, it's not coming until much later in the season. Yeah, no, Kittle's much more badass than Kelsey. But like, what the fuck are people doing? Guys, if you watch the Best Ball Bros, if you watch the hipsters, they're drafting George Kittle early, like round 10. What the fuck are you guys doing? He's not even going to play. Do we not know that Best Ball scores every single week? Now, there might be this thought that like, well, got him in the playoffs. Score for me. Will he? I don't know. I don't know that he'll be back even for the playoffs. What in rules of drafting? In my rules of drafting, one of the prime rules is one of the prime rules for drafting in general is avoid drafting players who enter the season injured. It's bad enough that your players get injured after you draft them. There's no reason to be drafting players that are already injured. What are you doing? Don't do that. Here. Okay. All right. I'm going to share some of my late round sleepers with you guys now as we're getting late. I'm just going to star off some of these names, see if we can get to them. But yeah, Skylar Bell is a rookie that's mildly interesting. Pat Bryant, everybody forgot about him on Denver. Mildly interesting. I'm just going to go down my late round my late round wide receivers. I mean, Slayton, is he coming back to the Giants this year? I guess we'll see. I'm not super excited about him. Coming up on our pick real soon, though. I'm just going to star off some of these names. Gesicki could be okay. Dolchich in Miami, all right, whatever. Right, Delp, kind of mildly interesting. Evan Ingram, maybe, right? Justin Jolly could be an interesting rookie. I like that, right? Max Clare, interesting rookie. So all of these are the reasons why you could just wait on tight end. Dude, no matter how far down you go, there are still tight ends that are mildly interesting. No matter, they're all interesting. It's weird. That position, you just got to load up on them. Still some quarterback action. We don't know who's starting for the Browns, so no one wants any bit of Watson or Sanders. Don't know who's starting for Atlanta, so nobody wants up Penix, Tua. No one wants that. I think, and then it just goes on and on here. So my next pick is going to be Darnell the Gazelle Mooney. And again, what I'm doing here is I'm kind of putting together a pretty big Giants stack. So now I got Darnell, I got Dart, I've got Isaiah Likely, and I've got Malik Neighbors. That is a monster Giants stack. 2 QBs. I never got the third QB in just because I don't really like who these guys are that are here. I don't even know if any of these guys are playing. So we're going to roll this league with 2 QBs. I'm going to give another one. This is one of my favorite, almost the last pick in the draft, guys. His name is Kalon Black. Okay? Kalon Black. Who the fuck is that guy? Right? Who the fuck is Kalon Black? Well, I'm going to tell you something. Kalon Black was like the 3rd running back picked in the 2026 draft, and no one even knows or knows who this is. Guys, what are you doing? Going to be the primary backup probably for Christian McCaffrey. 3rd round draft pick. I target this kid in every freaking fantasy league that I'm in because, again, I'm going to show you the bros again, guys. Who who's not touting him? The hipsters. They don't know who that is. They're like, I didn't like him pre-draft, so fuck that guy. Guys are not taking Kalon Black. So what do I say? I say, what the fuck did they know? Christian McCaffrey gets hurt all the time. We know that. We don't know who the proper backup is on the 49ers, but what we do know is they spent a 3rd round pick. The 3rd running back taken in this year's draft is this guy, Kalon Black, and no one knows who he is. No one knows his name. No one gives a shit. Okay, I'll take him in round 19. What's the worst that happens? He sucks? Do I think he'll overtake JJ? Who's to say this James guy who was picked in round 7 is anything other than a turd? I have no idea. Okay, and by the way, I'm not doing that when I have CMC. I'm only taking these handcuffs when I don't have the primary player. That gives me a positional edge if the guy gets hurt. So there you go. Good stuff. I'll do a little roundup of all the drafts here. I'm really curious to see what this bonehead car wash man wound up doing. He seems like an idiot. We'll see. Took 5 quarterbacks in a row at the car wash. 1, 2, 3, 4 stud quarterbacks. Literally 0 occasion when taking 4 quarterbacks mid-round has ever done anything in best ball. It has 0 chance of advancing. 0 chance, folks. Ooh, good stuff. Oh, I'm excited. I got an exciting phone call after this. All right, so we're coming towards the end of this draft. I'm going to just take a quick look at my my board here. I've got a bunch of names left on the board. Obviously, I have Jackson Dart and Bo Nix. So here I could just consider who, a player that I might pair up with Bo Nix. Here, Pat Bryant, one of them. Evan Ingram, possibly a tight end. Maybe Justin Jolly, the rookie tight end. Or we could go with like a Slayton and beef up the Jackson Dart. I'm actually going to go with, I'm going to go Pat Bryant if it gets there. Razor, let's go. You're on the clock. Let's go by my rankings here. I didn't do too much with the late rankings as of yet. Most of my rankings are focused on the first 100 picks. So we'll get into like some late sleepers and stuff like that as the best ball season goes on, and as I kind of formulate stronger opinions about the late round guys. I don't know about Mims, Soups. I think the time passed, but last year it was Nick's 2 Mims that did nothing all year, but in that 1 week in the playoffs helped an exorbitant number of teams advance. Jeremy, which one is you? Let us know here, and we'll look at that draft as well. I hope you're not the car wash man. I've been ripping on the car wash man the whole freaking show. I hope that's not you. The icon. The Army icon. Jeremy, I'm like, wait, who are you? I don't want to be too rough on someone's draft who's in the room. Oh, pick 8? Okay. All right. We'll talk about your draft in a second. All right. Let's get the last pick in here. I'm going to go, I'll go Pat Bryant, pair him up with Bo Nix. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if that was the move that got us through? All right. Let's take a look at the draft board here. I'm going to stay real quick. I'm going to go through and look at some of these drafts that people did. We'll focus on the primary picks here. You were team number 8, Jeremy Willick. So, oh, there you are. The icon. All right, good. It wasn't the freaking car wash. Thank goodness, because I don't want to have to tell you guys what I think of that guy. All right. So here's my team. We got Sean Hoy in here, and Bob We Must, Gibbs, Pickens, Olave, Montgomery, McLaurin. Okay. So we've got 2 running backs. This is what I wouldn't call this robust RB. I'd call this hero RB pretty much. 1 RB up there, a couple of wide receivers, and then not another RB for a while. Got that second guy in there. So it's kind of a hybrid early RB approach, which I think is good this year. Pickens, Olave on the double tap. Montgomery on the comeback. I like that. McLaurin paired up with Jaden Daniels. We got Caleb kind of soloing it over here. Jacoby Meyer. I like Blake Corum as a late pick. Mason. I love Mason as a pick. He's the starting running back for his team. Naylor, Drew Sampson. So we got some backups here. Pretty nice overall draft. A little bit of correlation there with some of those quarterbacks. Obviously, what I did here, Bijan, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre. Pretty, I'll call it not a very robust RB strategy here. We got 2 in the first. We got 3 picks in the first 6, but 2 in the first 5. We got the super stud. Jacobs is just a yeoman-like consistent guy. Neighbors, Devontae, Burden. Some weirdo took Stafford. I was thinking about taking Stafford. Some freak took him like 5 rounds before he was supposed to go. Unless you're in here, in which case a smart guy did that and not a freak. But if you're not in here, that was a weirdo, right? And then that didn't even have a correlation with him. We'll get to that guy. But Ramondre, Michael Wilson. So I got Dart, Knicks. I've got Dart with Likely, Neighbors, and Mooney. So a big stack around Dart. I've got 1 or 2 pieces from Denver here. Yeah, I love Superflex. Superflex is the easiest format of them all for us and me. I've been playing Superflex literally that's how I play normal fantasy football. And I crushed it last year for the few that I did. But they're not very popular for streams, but I'm happy to do it. They have them on primarily on Underdog. I'm happy to do a lot of Superflex streams, man. I love that format. I prefer it. One of the things that's good on Underdog, by the way, when you switch the format away from BBM, the people in the room have no idea how to draft it. They're like so trained at BBM that they have no idea. That's why we made so much money in the Eliminator last year, guys. You should all be doing the Eliminator using my strategy from last year, Robust RB, because like we won. I advanced like a maniac. My cash rate was insane in the Eliminator because everybody drafted it incorrectly. All right. So this one's interesting. So, I got my team in. We got a bunch of running backs. Because I went light at running back early, I went very heavy on them late. I only have 2 quarterbacks, but I love this team. So here we got Larejo. Sharp guy. I believe this is a content creator. And he went with one of the craziest of all strategies, double stud QB. This has never worked ever in the history of best ball. But hey, you never know. So you waste 2 early picks on stud quarterbacks with the hope that you're drafting well enough to make up for it later. Chase, Collins, so a couple of nice wide receivers mixed in, not connected to the quarterbacks, unfortunately, but nice wide receivers. Judkins, your anchor running back, and then he goes full 0 RB. No real connection for most part with these quarterbacks. There you got K-Shack with Josh Allen. There's no Zay Flowers. There's no nothing really there's nothing really good going on. This is what I would consider to be a really, really bad draft, right? Yeah, and he should have left Jackson. And right here, if instead of taking Lamar Jackson, maybe he was taking, I don't know, where the fuck is, where did Josh Allen's guy go? Where is DJ Moore? I feel like somebody jumped DJ Moore really early in this one too. Where did DJ Moore go? Here it is. Yeah, champion. Got DJ Moore. So this guy takes DJ Moore and fucks up Larejo. That's what happened. And then he had a mental breakdown, didn't know what to do, and maybe even auto-pick Lamar Jackson. That's what happened there. Now I see. All right, Larejo, you'll be better in the future at that. That's what I'm assuming happened there. Like, what the fuck happened? Let's see. What else? Oh, Car Wash Man. So, yeah, Larejo, anyway, pretty mid. I think this thing got away from him when DJ Moore got taken, and it threw him for a loop. Car Wash Man got 1, 2, 3, 4, hoarding all of the running backs. I just want to mention, guys, I am not really drafting Bucky Irving at all this year. At least he dropped to 44. That's an acceptable drop zone for him. But Bucky Irving looks like he will be in a committee, a real committee. Then this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4 quality QBs in a row. There's no instance where this has ever won anything. It's almost not really worth looking at the rest just to say, don't be like this guy. This will never win anything. No connections with any players to any of these quarterbacks. They're completely unstacked. It's just clicking buttons like a senior citizen at a Las Vegas slots tournament. That's this guy punching buttons blindly. Senior citizen at the slots tournament. Guys, are you visioning this? It's hilarious what I just said. It's hilarious. Car Wash Man, a moron. Okay, 408 Steeler. Couple of critiques. Love you, my man. Tebow time. That's what's up, my boy. Use my rankings. If you want, I got the rankings. I put them together for you all season long. We're going to be using these rankings, right? So here we go. Justin Jefferson, Rashee Rice. This is too soon on both of these guys. Rashee Rice, legal issues. I love him, though. Justin Jefferson sucked last year. Not much changed. So, be aware. I don't take Justin Jefferson there. I'd rather get Cook. I'd rather get Amon-Ra. I'd rather get Taylor. There's a lot of other ways to go. Even CeeDee Lamb, although I'm not crazy about it. Yeah, Rice, I don't even mind. I mean, Rice auto draft, I don't even mind it that much. A.J. Brown, don't know what team he's going to be on. I think he's going to be on the Patriots. And then the pick I really don't like. So I like A.J. Brown. You got him with Drake May. I think that's going to go together. I love Scattaboo. Cool. Waddle, I think this is a little maybe, I guess it's okay. I don't know. I feel like you should have taken a running back here, right? You only had Scattaboo. I would have rather had that second running back personally, like a Price or a Swift or one of these guys, because the running back position is going to get really ugly here. Yeah, Dowdle, you're a Steeler fan. You know they're not going to run Dowdle out there as the primary guy, although he could be great, and Rachaad White. So this is a bit of a thin running back approach. I don't mind it. I think it's yeah. A.J. Brown transforming, he might be. Like, I don't know. I don't think you could be an Antonio Brown on the Patriots. Like, if he goes to the Patriots, it's going to go well for him. The Icon was with us in this draft. So I'm going to give a little read to yours, and then, of course, Ray, and then we'll move on here. So the Icon, Taylor, Chase Brown, a little reach on Brown, but I'm okay with it. T. Higgins, oh my goodness, this is a classic Joe Burrow build. Flowers, oh, and then the car washman fucked you. Oh, what are they busting people? So what are you doing? You don't bust other people's stacks, folks. Have some respect. Have some honor among thieves, people. This car wash man's a real jerk. So the Icon sitting here in the perfect spot to take Joe Burrow at the perfect price, cannot take him because the car washman was actively just busting, randomly just busting people's stacks for no reason other than, if I can't win, no one's going to win. Yeah, DK is really like DK heads, right? Dickheads here. So no respect. Take Tyler Warren. I don't know what to do. Wait another round. Alec Pierce. Oh shit, all the quarterbacks are gone. Fuck them. And finally gets that first quarterback. Ugh. Icon, bro. Brock Purdy, Malik Willis, Danny Dimes. You know, I think it'll work out. I like where you took them because you have positional advantage pretty much everywhere else. Like, I love the group of running backs. I like the group of wide receivers, really strong. I mean, you've got two very, very good tight ends. This was a mistake, George Kittle. Don't do that. This is exactly what I was telling you not to do. Don't take injured players here. This isn't going to help anybody. And you had too many tight ends already. This was not what I would have done. Probably should have taken like a Mayfield or a Pearsall or just more talent at this spot. That would have made the draft a little bit better. Diggs, a free agent, not one of my favorites. Kamara, I don't even know if he's going to be on the Saints, by the way. They're talking like they might let him go. He could find his way to another team. I think that's actually an interesting situation. This Ted Hurst guy, is this a running back? No, a wide receiver. I'm hearing things about Ted Hurst. I'm hearing things about this guy. Let me see if there's any news on him. True ex-receiver in Tampa. Yeah, this Ted Hurst character is getting some real buzz right now, man. So pay attention to him because Tampa has a wide open wide receiver room. Oh, look who's here. Tattoo. I didn't even know you're in here, man. Put a hat on, bro. What are you trying to scare people off with that hair? What are you trying to make me look bad? Is that what's going on here? You're trying to show me up on my own damn show? Tattoo's in here trying to make me look bad. What are you doing? My flowing locks? I don't want to know about it. H-Man Dad says Karen Basura is the #1 running back. Karen Basura. You know about Karen Basura? Tattoo?
Basura, do not.
No, you don't know about Karen Basura? No. Basura means garbage in Spanish, I believe. All right.
Garbage
anyway,
means garbage in English.
Basura. That's a Spencer Pratt joke. For anybody who's aware. For my LA people.
The mayor of LA.
It's a Spencer Pratt joke. Tattoo.
What's he famous for?
Spencer Pratt is famous originally for being on a show called The Hills and dating this smoking hot chick named Heidi. And now he's famous because he got his house burnt down in the Pacific Palisades in LA. And he's like, yeah, about being a knucklehead on the show back in the day. But now he makes these insane videos. He's like running for office, but it's just he makes these hilarious videos making fun of the mayor of LA. And it's a whole thing. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I saw one of the commercials. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's running for mayor Tebow time, not governor.
Yeah, mayor of LA.
Yeah, his commercials are all over my social media.
Let me.
I'm not even in LA. I can't.
Alarm's going off real quick.
I can't vote on that. Oh, look, see, I let somebody in. Messes up that shit. You get covered up. Hell no. Put that shit on pause. Put the mic on mute when you walk away. All right, mute that shit. All right, guys, we're gonna do another one. Another draft. You missed a lot of action here. We had a lot of fun. First draft, we had an idiot in the draft who just was wasting picks, hoarding quarterbacks, 4 of them in the early rounds. No chance of winning. Do people really just throw their money away on these entries? Like, what are you doing?
I don't really
It's
throw
like
away
you're
on
gonna.
hookers.
Oh, look, I got a free entry. I think that entry got me a freebie. Okay, sorry. You guys can pay for your own entries. Mine's free. Thanks, DraftKings. I'm entering. 30-second pick. Let's go. Draft number 2. You're not a Spencer fan? Tebow time? Dude, I 1,000,000% would be voting for Spencer just because his videos are hilarious. Draft 1, get 1. Let's go. Got one. Got it. Got to take the freebies.
You do.
Yeah, I mean, Vishes, you know what? It's a mystery. My guess, and I'm just guessing here, my guess is it's black. I don't mean racist things, Tattoo. Stop looking at me funny. I'm talking about Kalon Black, the player on San Francisco. You gave me a look like you're like, what? What did he say?
Well, I just heard. I think
Kalon
it's black.
Kalon Black is the guy's name. All right, we are in this draft. I'm picking number 10. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I've already determined this year that I prefer the early part. I like an early pick this year. Late picks are dangerous. Late round 1, I don't really love anybody that's there. There's one player who I'm going to hope to get there. We'll see. But I'm not in love with the late pick. I like early starts. I like starting with Bijan or Gibbs. Yeah. You know, I got to get a deal going with drafters before I draft there. I'll get a like an affiliate arrangement going. I used to work with those guys, but they were so small. D Parlay is in the oh, Jeremy Willick is in here with us. All right, so we got some people in here with us. All right, so let's see who D Parlay is. Your pick number 3, D Parlay. Ugh, what's that gross avatar? Switch that up. But picking number 3 overall, and then number 12. Let's see here, Jeremy. Who are you? Let's see. Okay, the Icon's back with us for pick number 12. The Icon. There we go. Oh, B-Dubs is it? B-Dubs, what's up, my bro? Oh, shit. Like how the voice goes up. What's up, bro? B-Dubs is in there. Pick number 9. Love it.
B-Dubs the enforcer.
Love it. B-Dubs. NBA coach extraordinaire.
Commish Poker.
He's the man. B-Dubs is the man. These are the DFS Army. Some DFS Army stat. Where's Ivan? Where's Ivan Drago? Somebody fucking tag Ivan Drago. Say we're doing this.
It's like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, some of you guys on the West Coast. You know, I get up to do these drafts. We'll be doing these Tattoo. I think I'm going to go on a cadence of like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that. At least for the early part of Best Ball Summer. But I'm going to be doing these randomly. Like I'll just start one up on a Thursday. So, oh my God, ay Dios mío, Taloca, what is going on here? Oh no, we're on pick number 3. Okay, we're starting. We are up. Okay, there we go. Something's up with my screen. All right, get me to the right place. What is happening here? Draft board. All right, pick 6 is up. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing these all summer long, guys. It's really important that you're subscribed to the channel and you're notified so that when we're going live, did I ever look at week 15? Hell yeah, dude. I love it. Everybody coming in. Check. Wait, let me make my pick. Stop trying to mess me up. Right. Oh, he took James Cook. You know what? My next man up is Jonathan Taylor. So I have an approach that I use for when I get Jonathan Taylor. I'm assuming that if I have Taylor, that means that Danny Jones is going to have a healthy season. Taylor will fail if Danny Jones is not healthy. Therefore, we're going to actually build a whole stack around the Colts in this one. Now, that being said, where's my guy asking me about the Week 15 matchups? Check this out. I was showing this earlier on the program, but I have done a full report on playoff schedules for best ball teams. That's right, Tattoo. I don't just sit home fucking smoking weed all day. I'm in the lab. I mean, do that most of the day, but for the hours that I'm not I'm in the lab
smoking weed.
Yeah, I like to do it, but like I'm in the lab also doing the gummies and the weed, but coming up with spreadsheets for these drafts. And so our best playoff schedules: Vikings, Colts, Saints, Jaguars, Giants. I put a metric on each defense, and I added it all up. And these are the best teams to target for playoff matchups. And the worst teams to target are down here: Eagles, Seahawks, Dolphins, Texans, Commanders, Chiefs. Where am I? I'm on the clock. I'm on the clock. Omarion. Oh, I took my guy. See, let me just tell you what happened, Tattoo. I uploaded my rankings, and I was just on the clock fucking around, not paying attention, and my rankings did their job. It gave me my guy.
Did you get screwed? No, because
no. I have my rankings uploaded, so it can't screw me because it's not going based on ADP for me. Like it would have taken it could have taken Rashee Rice. It would have taken it, which is fine too. But I like Omarion.
Can we put up a no panhandling sign for Dixon in here begging all the time?
What's he begging? What's he asking for? I like Dixon. You know what? No,
I like Dixon.
I like him in here. He adds flavor to the chat.
I don't love Dixon.
You love Dixon?
I love Dixon Insider.
Insider, but not Dixon.
Inside her.
Yeah, yes. Her. Okay, I'm making sure. This is another Chuck Woolley. So I'm going to analyze these drafts as people are doing them. Okay. Number 1, Achane for the icon. I felt like I warned you not to do that. CeeDee Lamb and Barkley. I like that start. Taylor, Omarion, fine by me. Cook, love Cook. B-dubs, man. Fucking love Cook there. I can't believe you jumped ADP for Cook. That's my move. Here's another guy taking Jefferson. I think this is a start that has really never won anything. So if this is the time, maybe it is. There, McBride and Bowers gone early. This guy, Chuck Woolery, Puka and Rashee Rice. Man, that's a strong wide receiver start to any kind of draft. I mean, D Parlay, bro, you're in here and you jumped to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Dude, that's too soon. Don't take Amon-Ra over these 3. No way. Just don't do that. That's too soon. Oh, we got an auto pick for D Parlay now. Where's D? D. He's in here. Jeremy. What are you doing? Yeah, you see, you're just like holding the love from last year, Jeremy Willick. But
does he have some hopium?
I like Achane as much as the next guy, but like, no, not here. Not with the Miami team. They suck. They're not good. The Dolphins are terrible. Oh, I got some players coming up. All right, so Tattoo, I've got my rankings loaded here. You see that? But then I sort by ADP to make sure I don't want to jump ADP that intensely. So I avoid people. Look at this donkey ADP for Kyren Williams. See, this is what fucks people up. Now, I hope Wooly the Mammoth or whoever's on the board here takes Kyren. But I'm going to tell you right now. Were we all not here for the playoffs? Tattoo, did you play playoff DFS last season?
I did.
You better have played. What else were you doing? Right? And what did we see happen? What did we see happening with, let's see, ADP 39. I want to try to get both of these guys.
With Corum?
I'm going to go Lad McConkey first. So what happened with Kyren Williams and Blake Corum? They were in a full split. Corum was outscoring Kyren.
Hipster high five and splitting it up.
Yeah. They were oh, I have a they were I can see that every day. I literally think of the hipsters high-fiving each other, and the music is so perfect with it. Yeah, they were in a split. Why the fuck are you taking Kyren Williams in round 3 or 4? In round 3, Met fan, Of course he's a Met fan.
Well, of course.
In round 3, when the guy wasn't a starter. Splitting touches. I like the try. ETN should have taken him up here in round 3. Don't give Kyron the respect of a 3rd-round pick. Not when they're going to split him with, not when they're going to split his touches with Blake Corum. As a matter of fact, just take Blake Corum in like round 13. It's fine.
Why didn't you tell me I was so gray?
Yeah, dude, you're getting old, bro.
Jesus.
See? You see yourself on the camera? This is like the whack pack. Anybody else can pop in. Who's out there? You want to pop in? I've got one more head. I've got one more head empty.
I can't stay super long time. Because I gotta do my baseball before our show at 3.
Don't even sweat it, man. You can pop in, pop out. I've got my screen set up. Like if Ray Zanny was like, dude, I'm in, he could just pop in.
Yeah.
And then we're all hanging out.
And it made the reason I wanted to pop in, to talk about doing some member drafts this year again.
Yeah, we'll get some. We'll get Tattoo. We'll get some friendly. We'll get. Whoa! I'm okay. I'm just paying attention to my. We'll get some friendly sleeper leagues going, like little best ball leagues for anybody who wants to get in on that. As the season rolls on, we'll get some of those going. Yeah. Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. It's best ball season. Let's go. Ray knows. By the way, Ray is a underdog tournament winner, multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars in winnings. He's done what we all want to do. There's DJ Moore. So I'm just kind of paying attention to where guys are going. Start to get a feel for yeah, see, I was able to get McConkey and Javonte Williams. I love Ladd McConkey this year, dude. Ladd McConkey is my spirit animal this year. By next year, you will think of Ladd McConkey in the way that people think about Amon-Ra St. Brown right now. Or not. I'm usually wrong.
Eeyore is my spirit animal.
Eeyore? I could see that.
Hey, go.
Yeah, I get it. I know who Eeyore. I know who Eeyore is. I know who that is.
Of course you're old. Dixon, get Raz to give you the K prop. That's his bag.
There goes Lamar. So the gap between Josh Allen. Yeah. I got to send you, Ray, did I send you my best ball, my BBM research sheet? I'll do that. I got to send it to you. I want you to look it over because you'll have such memory of each of those years. All right. So wait, looking at my team, I've got 3 running backs, 1 wide receiver, no quarterback. Let's go and take a look. All right. So my rankings. Ooh, Carnell Tate. Interesting. I got Tate ahead of Christian Watson, but this is definitely an interesting spot in the rankings. I'm going to take the rookie, Carnell the Gazelle. Well, Carnell the Gazelle Tate sets me up with an interesting QB stack. Guys, remember, the run on quarterback happens around pick 80. So we are at pick 61. So I've got about another round and a half to go. Andrew says, Burden going to be the Amon-Ra for Chicago, ? And I would say this. I think the potential is there. But we haven't seen it. Is it hopium? Yes. Is it good hopium? Maybe. Not all hopium is bad.
Do you think JSN will be the Barkley of this year?
Well, JSN is not going to be a late pick. I mean, you got to take him right at the top, but I think he's going to be great. If you're asking me if I think he's going to be worse, no. I think he's going to be as good or better than he was last year. I love JSN. I could see him being the number 1 overall wide receiver easily. Like he's picked 3rd overall.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's not such a stretch. That's not a bold call. Like, oh, Kevin's crazy. No, I mean, like, it's not that bold of a call, but I do think, I think it could happen. Basil Tootin, I don't like that. Chuba Hubbard.
Big difference between running backs and wide receivers too.
I almost have to take a quarterback here just by default. I don't want to, though, but I'm forced. You know what? I didn't like what I just did. I feel like it just fucked up my draft. I don't like what I did. Because it was an unstacked quarterback that was just next in my ranking. And that upsets me. Should have taken Parker Washington there. That's what I should have done. Hindsight. Because Parker Washington, part of the deal is you always have to be thinking about the stack that you're building towards. I took Parker there. I would have been building towards a Trevor Lawrence. Again, our playoff strength of schedule, it's like begging us, target Jaguars. It's an easy schedule.
It was like Dixon begging.
Jordan Tyson goes, wide receiver, New Orleans Saints. Chuba Hubbard, interesting pick. Trey B just got his. So we've got a full 0 RB forming here, Mr. Trey B. We got our guy D Parlay in the room. I'm going to call this early RB with just Jolo. I see Amon Ra. I see Jameson. I see 2 pieces from Detroit. I know Goff has got to be in the future here, man. I don't know if it's now. There's Jalen Hurts. All right, so we're going to take Goff later. I think D Parlay, you know that A.J. Brown probably not going to be on the Eagles. Probably not. Tattoo, A.J. Brown, not going to be on the Eagles probably. Yeah. Ray Zanny, one thing about the Steelers players. Playoff strength of schedule. Eagles, Rams. I mean, is it like a full aggressive avoid? No. But they're not on the better part of playoff. They don't have a good playoff schedule. So just, it's like a be aware. But they're also one of the cheapest stacks to build outside of like JSN. Like every other piece from Seattle is super cheap. So I like that idea. You don't see him losing Kubiak. I had Mondre and Charbonnet in the finals. The North remembers. Yeah, dude. I mean, you. By the way, Ray Zanny was in here in the chat last year singing the praises of Ramondre Stevenson. Like, I don't forget.
He didn't forget about Dre.
The Geek remembers. Not just the North, man. The Geek remembers. I remember you in here giving out fucking fire picks. And I was like, I don't know about that one. That's what I said. Here, I look stupid, Tattoo, because I was like, I don't know about Ramondre. They got Trevion Henderson. Why would they use that guy? Well, guess what?
They used him.
Here's the problem. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish. Like they forgot about Ramondre. That's what's up, man. They forgot about him. Trevor Lawrence goes, oh, how'd you know I was about to take Troy? He'll burn your food like Florence. I'm going to take Justin Herbert. As much as I love Jackson Dart and Mahomes and all that, I'm taking Herbie. I got Ladd McConkley, and I can easily create a monster Herbert stack with this starting group.
Are you the Old Spice man?
What's that?
Should use the Old Spice man?
It's the song from the High Five. It's in my head. Does Brown rise or fall after a trade? Andrew B, my guess is it's going to rise, which is why I like the idea of taking him in these early drafts. But the downside is because we don't know what team he's going to, you can't really. I mean, we think it might be the Patriots. There's no way that's locked in for sure. Let's see, Jaden Daniels.
I thought they just had to wait until they could
Herbert. I got
finalize the trade.
Yeah, I mean. Reed. How many players do I have? I'm going to go Pearsall. I mean, he's next on my rankings, so I'm just going to stick to. You know what? I'm going to believe myself.
I believe.
I forget the guy's name from this video. The singer. He's a comedian and he's hilarious. I can't remember his name right now. He does like all these little parodies. D Parlay. In the room. Let's see where we're at. Mahomes finally goes. Round 8, pick 90. So I told you, it looks like in this one, between pick 70, I guess the QB kind of run started around the mid 60s, and we'll kind of, by the time we get to pick 100, 105, anybody decent at quarterback generally is already gone. You still have Brock Purdy, still have Bo Nix. Looks like Matthew Stafford has, there goes Stafford. Jared Goff and Tyler Shook in the hundreds. And then it's like no one that you're really excited about except for your QB3. I won't touch another QB now for a while. The Stafford guy has Chase, but got Devontae Adams, so has a stack going there. Hurts guy, I mean, I don't think AJ Brown is a stack with Hurts. Dak Prescott is not combined with any of these guys. So D Parlay, again, you're in the room here. When you're taking these quarterbacks, man, try to make sure you're pairing them up with some form of a stack, because this is just the results. So I looked at 38 million picks, 3 years worth of BBM data. It's all in the research report. And the occurrence of unstacked quarterbacks not making the playoffs. Making the playoffs is not hard. You can make that first round, but getting through rounds in the playoffs is 0. Tattoo. 0.
0. That's less than 1.
Yeah. It does not work.
It doesn't.
They don't get through to the finals unstacked. Sometimes it just happens, though. Like, listen, these are hard to do. I think my draft companion will actually be helping us at some point with this. Look at the ADP for George Kittle compared to where I have him. I have him ranked as 150. Just like, if he's still here in round 15, fine. The ADP has him in round 9, a guy who's not going to play.
Well, before I hop off real quick, I'm going to say join us at 3 for MLB. And Dixon can tell you we're giving out crazy home run picks. I'm up 11 units this week.
Let me do the promo, Tattoo. You're terrible at it. Guys, MLB Live today at 3, right here on the DFS Army YouTube channel. Hang out with Tattoo, hang out with Raz, hang out with all the whack packers in there, talking about today's MLB slate. He's going to give out all kinds of home run picks. The guy's up 11 units this week alone. Go check it out. DFS Army. Subscribe, like, notify, share.
Grow your hair.
Look at the hair. Look at the hair. If you want hair like Tattoo, you got to watch the show. Got to watch the MLB Live pregame show.
You too can be white trash.
Yeah. It's family friendly, though. That's right.
Yeah. Always family friendly on the MLB show. Yeah.
Just wait till Tattoo finds out that we're launching an MLB or a live show YouTube channel specific for the show. I don't even know about that.
Who or where?
We'll be launching a new home for those shows.
Oh. OnlyFans.
I'm being told by my YouTube people that you want to have like niche channel instead of like one channel doing everything. You want your MLB, you want your NBA, you want your football, you want to separate it. My video people are saying this. Yeah, right? The Kittle needs to stay on. I want people to keep taking Kittle. Oh, he's not going to play, but you're taking him around 9. Okay, good. That's a good idea. You want to do that? Oh, yeah. No, he's fine. He just got his ACL torn in December. I'm sure he'll be back and perfectly fine, faster than any other person in human history. I'm sure that's going to work out just great.
Great. All right, fellas, I got to let the pit bull outside.
All right. Tattoo, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'll see y'all. Maybe I'll jump on Friday more prepared.
NBA Live. Come in prepared. Just a hair. I don't need you to prepare, but just,
be alive.
Get the hair brushed. You know what I mean?
You probably need to
dye up the you're looking old with the gray. You got to dye that up. A little just for men action. Yeah. No one can tell.
No. They'll never know the difference.
Yeah, no. Just for men gel.
Thanks, guys. Love y'all.
Later. tattoo, everyone. That's what it's going to be like here all summer long. Hop on in, draft a team. All right, let's go back to the big board here. Who's on the clock? D Parlay back on the clock. D, where you at? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs. Starting to gather up some of those running backs. Got to get those. Got the first tight end in there. Dallas Goedert connected with no one, no stack. Trey just taking Xavier Worthy. People just to the point in the draft. If you're not prepared, we're at that part of the draft where people are just randomly clicking names. I don't know. Take someone. It's interesting that right here, all of the wide receivers for the most part in my ranking sheet are like long gone. And now you're into that part where you're kind of getting these other guys going. Just random names. Let's see. Quarterback group, we got Stroud. What pick are we at? 129, 130. We got Stroud, Ward. Do I have Tate? I'm gonna take Cam Ward. Yeah, you know what? We'll get our third quarterback. Why so many quarterbacks? I don't know. Sometimes I'll do 3. Tight ends. How many tight ends do I have? 0? I got 1 tight end, 3 wide receiver, 4 running back, 3 quarterback. So we got to focus really wide receivers initially and then tight ends as well. That's going to be my focal point here. And again, I sort by my ranking and then the ADP is over here. But if I want to know like where I need to take someone, I'll switch up and sort by ADP first to understand like where these players are generally going. Gadsden, White, likely. I mean, C-Rod, I'm going to have to drop him a little bit. In my overall, Chris Rodriguez, there's some thought that he'll take over for Basil Tootin, though. It's not clear who the starter is in Jacksonville. Actually, I don't mind the C-Rod pick there either. Tight end group here. We got wide receivers. Nothing really excites me at wide receiver in the next group. So actually, yeah, you know what? Why not? We'll get our next running back in. I do see here that having 3 quarterbacks did harm my ability to have a lot of wide receivers. So from here forward, we're just going to have to load up on a lot of these names. I actually don't mind Hunter at wide receiver. Jaron Naylor might be the starter for his team. Tesla, he plays a little bit. Tank Dell, somebody I've been talking about already. I'm going to just star up all of the wide receivers that I think have like any kind of a chance of doing anything. Maybe Omar Cooper. I don't know. On the Jets, how bad could he be? It's the Jets. It could be really bad. Boston, I don't like. Diggs, free agent. I don't mind him or him. Brendan Ayuk, no one wants that guy. Minnesota, Juwan Jennings, worst possible landing spot. We got Dell in there. Adonai Mitchell was really good last year. He could actually be good again. I think Adonai Mitchell is a real sleeper. Darnell the Gazelle, Chris Bell. So there's a bunch of pretty good wide receiver prospects here that, Ted Hurst, like maybe we got to keep him on our mind space, right? He's going to be moving up with the coach saying he's their X right now. By the way, wouldn't it be funny if it was this guy Ted Hurst on Tampa and not Igbuka? Everybody thinks Igbuka is this stud, and I did a whole video saying I don't know, right? And that take that I had on Igbuka being a Hopium pick. That take that I put out is probably the single one that gets the most ire from people who watch that video. Like people hate it. They're like, "What the fuck, man? Who's this guy? He's stupid." What is he? But listen, I make my points about the guy. Yeah, dude, it's a Hopium play. We haven't seen Igbuka be good. And by the way, a lot of last season, Godwin was hurt and Evans was hurt. So it was only Igbuka. He was the primary target, and he never did shit. Jay Ciliac, I just want to remind you, this is a player. He just took a guy in Zach Charbonnet that is not going to play. up until maybe December, November, December at best. So let's avoid taking injured players. I didn't even think I needed to say that. I already said it for George Kittle. The same applies for Charbonnet. Charbonnet is not set to play most of this year. If he comes back, it's going to be in November. It's going to be in December. It's not going to be anytime soon. Don't be that guy. Let somebody else do that. Don't let it be you. You're going to feel stupid. 1 tight end, 3 quarterbacks, 5 running backs. So I need all wide receivers and tight ends for the rest of this draft, even though I still like some of these names that are available. I still need tight ends as well, right? I only have 1. Chig is 153. Let me check the all tab. Let's go by ADP. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to take McMillan, I guess. No. You know what? No, I'm going to do Jawan Johnson. Fuck it. Get my tight end in there. Get tight end number 2. Again, still need a bunch more wide receivers, but I liked that tight end. I want to get wide receivers who are going to play. Hunter is one of the names, guys, that I'm looking at as a possible pop guy. Everybody thinks that Hunter is not going to play wide receiver. Where do you get this from? Full go. So he got hurt last year, but he was pretty good. Like, he's a good player, and I'm going to take Hunter with my next pick. I prefer pairing up Hunter with Trevor Lawrence, obviously. But I just don't mind taking him. Yeah, Manny Wilson, I'm with you on that too. Like, it's one of it's the 5 draft commandments. It's the 5 draft commandments. Don't take injured players. It's hard enough drafting a team that doesn't get hurt when you took healthy players. But you draft a bunch of injured players, you're just asking for trouble. I waited like last season with Godwin on benches of teams thinking he was going to come back, and he was never good. Even when he did come back, that's the problem with injured players. Usually, they're still not that good. It's the 10 draft commandments. Don't take injured players. It's hard enough to get through a season without injured players. See, my draft assistant tool, what it's going to do is I already have this. By the way, I've built a draft assistant tool for Underdog and DraftKings. Right now, the problem is you've got to enter the pick in the tool so it knows what's available and where you're at, what your team looks like, and what players are available. I want to set it up so that it can see the screen and acknowledge what's going on without you having to tell it. So that's a little piece of technology that I'm trying to work on. But I already have a tool that can help us with these drafts as long as, as long as you're feeding it what picks are available. But I want to let it see the screen, and it's not going to pick for us. It's not going to do any of that. It will have my rankings loaded, but more importantly, it's just going to be like, hey, you have this quarterback already on your team. Here are some, players that are connected to him that are pretty close by that you might want to target with your next pick. Or you have this other guy. So it's just going to give you suggestions based on best practice of team building. It's going to be like, hey, you're building a robust RB. Maybe you want to do this. So like it's a very cool tool. It takes in all the data that we created for this 3 years of BBM data, 38 million picks, and it extrapolates that into current drafts and what kind of strategy you're using. And it'll be a draft assistant that will show on screen. As soon as I have it ready, I'll be doing these Draftapaloozas showing that tool. It's very cool. And there's just a lot of cool shit that I'm able to build right now because I just have to design. The coding is not that, the coding is like AI at this point. So I'm able to code things once I come up with the design pretty easily. I already have Darnell the Gazelle in some other leagues. I like him here, though. I still like him. But I think my next pick, we've got, I'm still sitting at 4 wide receiver, 2 tight end, 5 running back. So I still need to beef up my tight end and wide receiver rooms. Yeah, there's still, still tight ends that I like down there. So I'm going to beef up the wide receiver room instead. Oh, you just took my guy. What the fuck, bro? Let's see here. Go with Donnie Mitchell. I have a feeling about this kid. We are in, let's take a look at the big board. We've got, quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks left. Man, these are long-ass drafts on DraftKings. DraftKings, it's also slower per pick. How about Gooner? Yeah. We'll pair him up with Cam Ward. I still have a 5th tight end I want to take, a 4th guy, but I still need more wide receivers. So we'll keep loading up wide receivers in between. Yeah, like, couldn't you just see it, Ray? Like, Mitchell was good last year as an explosive player. All he needs to do is get his head right. Like, Mitchell just needs to not be a bonehead. I don't think the Jets are the best place to go to, like, not be a bonehead. But, hey, you never know. You never know. Has anybody ever seen, like, other versions of draft assistant tools? And if so, were there any features that they had that you were like, hey, that's really cool, I'd like to use that? Let me know in the comments, like, if there's anything you'd want in a draft assistant tool. Maybe you've seen it, you thought that was cool. Maybe you saw one and you were like, hey, I don't like how it did this thing. Let me know in the comments as we're finishing up the design for that draft assistant tool. I can kind of like add in whatever we want. I can make adjustments. And like I like it to let us know that you're on the clock. So I was building a little thing for that to make sure that you know you're on the clock. And I found it very difficult, for example, like I said, in the baseline version that I built, to constantly have to tell it what the next pick was. Might not be able to get away from that, but I'm going to try to build a version that can see what's going on your screen and in your draft itself, so that you don't have to always be telling it every pick that happened. Although I might not be able to pull that off. I don't know. Never know what you could do until you try. There we go. All right, we're coming up on, let's see what the draft board is doing. You know, I could just show the draft board the whole time, by the way, guys. I could do a big draft board visual, or I can keep switching back between my screen and the draft board. I don't know. Let me know what you think is better. Actually, I kind of like the idea of just showing the draft board the whole time in like its own window. There's Kalon Black. That's a lot earlier than he went in the last one. I got him in round 19. See, everybody's kind of doing their own thing. Deep parlay grabs Sanders as the QB3. Interesting. Maybe Shador is going to be the starter. I don't know. Let's take a look at some of these other drafts here. Got B-Dubs in there. Let's see, B-Dubs, what you up to? Cook, Walker. Am I on the clock? Oh, shit, I'm on the clock. Fuck. Darnell. Dongus. All right. Fine. Kind of, I don't like Wicks. I think Cooper Kupp is fine. It's interesting that Troy Franklin is ahead of, was Franklin better than Pat Bryant? I can't remember. Yeah, he had some big weeks. Hey, it's Franklin. All right, let's put him in the queue. I mean, Pat Bryant had some good weeks too, but it looks like Troy Franklin might be ahead of him. Is the MILF Slayer going to join? I hope so. I hope so. You know what? MILF Slayer works during the day. That's the problem. Josiah works. So I don't know if I can get him in here for a daytime draft. But I like Draftapalooza during the day, guys. I like to do my drafting when it's light outside. The downside of daytime Draftapalooza is I'm in my office instead of out by the pool in the summertime. You see how pale this, getting too pale. Got to get out to the pool a little bit, get a little sun, right? A little too pale. Look like a vampire over here. I'm looking like Nosferatu right now. Need to get out in the sun. Nosferatu. No. That's... If any of you can work the word Nosferatu into a sentence at any point of the course of your day, I'm going to challenge you all who are watching this. Just like find a time at some point today just to say the word Nosferatu to someone in reference to vampires. Allow that to be a challenge to yourself. Like, come up with a situation where you're conversing with someone and you're able to slip that word in. It's just like casual, like, man, I'm, like I did just before, like, man, it's getting nice out, sunny, man. I feel like Nosferatu in here. I haven't been outside all day. Like, just slide it into regular conversation with your coworker. See how that goes over. No. Snot Fan is on the clock. He's a fan of snot. It's a weird thing to be a fan of. Snotfin, Bijan, Derrick Henry, Bucky. The Bucky. I feel like Bucky is sucky, but at least at the end of round, the Bucky spot, the price was not that bad. Olave, Bucky, Mike Evans. I like Mike Evans a little bit. I do. Thomas Jr., Mekhi Lemon late could work out, right? That's a bit of hopium there. Brock Purdy and Malik Willis. Ooh. Yeah, Snot Fan. I feel like maybe you waited a little too long here at the quarterback position. You probably need Malik to bail you out because we don't even know if Tua is going to play or start or whatever. So you really just have two pretty low-end quarterbacks here. Purdy's fine, but tough matchups and whatnot. So we'll see how that works out. Snotfin. Absolutely no correlation. No, Purdy to Mike Evans. That's cool. George Kittle, even though he's not going to play. So Snotfan needs to do a little more research in terms of like injuries and shit like that. Kilsiak, Josh Allen, Bo Nix. Deep parlay with Hurts and Dak. Really unstacked quarterbacks. I'm on the clock once again. Let's see here. We're going back to, hey, it's Franklin. Let's go. Going to take Franklin. Draft. I now have 7 wide receivers, 3 quarterbacks, 5 running backs. So I can now go with the final pick. It's perfectly acceptable to go wide receiver or running back. I'm probably going to just take another wide receiver because I still don't trust the group I have. If I can find one that I think is even playable or draftable. Skylar Bell, Chris Brazel's got a little bit of buzz. I don't know. Now I don't like it. Let's go by my rank. I don't know who Claiborne is. I don't know. Skylar Bell? Penix. Nah, let's go Skylar Bell. Whatever. Rookie. I need to have better choices prepared for the last pick in the draft. Usually you want to be on tight end with this last pick because there's still some tight ends who are kind of going to play. Like this Delp guy has some juice. Evan Ingram is fine. Jolly is fine. Like there are still a pile of acceptable tight ends still on the board in this last pick on DraftKings that there's just nothing going on at running back, really. I don't like any of these guys. I don't like the wide receiver group that's here. It's just not that good. So I think for that last pick, could get maybe a starter in Michael Penix, maybe a starter in McCarthy, but not likely. Even freaking Deshaun back rub Watson, happy ending, is off the board. B-Dub, man, it's great to have you. You know what? You got to start somewhere. And realistically, I'm still in my early, I still haven't even memorized the ADPs yet. By 2 weeks from now, we'll have done enough of these. I'll know exactly where every player is going. But, I'm winging it just like you guys for the first few. I like doing them together. We're just having fun. We're talking shit. We're drafting teams all summer long, just best ball teams. We're going to go back and forth between DraftKings and Underdog, and we're just going to have a good time. Guys, if you want to be part of DFS Army, of course, I always want you to join DFS Army. And again, I'm going to recommend, if you even have a thought, do it now. Do the yearly NFL. If you're just a football guy, if you're doing best ball now, you're probably primary football focused. Do the yearly NFL subscription for football. You'll get all the best ball content. You'll get the notes. You'll get the draft assistant. You'll get the research tools, all of that. And it's basically just thrown in because we set it up. It's a yearly and it's DFS. And of course, you have all the DFS shit, which is really the heart of what we do, right? We do best ball drafting all summer long. And then we get in and we do our DFS and we smash DFS. I don't even want to tell you guys what I'm working on for DFS. You think the best ball research is good? Wait till you see what I have going on for showdown study. We are going to dominate showdowns, DFS Army, like never before. And we were already dominant in showdowns, but I've now back-tested data. I have approaches that are going to blow your minds. It's going to be helmets winning every fucking contest this year. I promise you, I'm back-testing tens and thousands of iterations with the domination station right now. I'm doing all of this. I'm doing all the prep work. We're going to get into that stuff later in the off season. That's right, Jake P. You have no idea what's coming. You want it to be easy. You want a fucking set it and forget it machine. That's what I'm building for the domination station for showdowns. It's going to look at the odds, the contest type, the matchup, and it's going to know exactly what has won, what approaches have won, and what you should be doing. It's going to blow your mind. I promise you, it's going to blow minds. Showdown more so than even classic form. The showdown is where I found the biggest edges of anything and the biggest help with the research tools that I've already created. I've already done it, but I literally stopped to do the best ball stuff before I complete some of the items for the showdowns and the classic mode. I haven't done the back testing fully yet, but we have a whole summer. I bought a whole separate computer that's in my house, a mini Mac Mini that does domination station back testing scripts, and it runs nonstop. Yeah, and showdowns, Jake, you have no idea. I got inspired last year for the Super Bowl when I was working with like some AI on the Super Bowl slate, and it was like, if you think it's a defensive matchup, and it literally spelled out exactly, take the running back, pair him with the defense of Seattle, fade this, and like it basically handed out the perfect score winner. And that's when I realized, fuck, man, these games go one of three different ways. You got a heavy favorite, like when you have a low total games, like the heavy favorite smashes, and a certain set of things happens when that happens. And when it's like a closer game, it goes a little different. So there were such actionable pieces of data that it blew my mind. And that's why I think Showdown will be our strongest thing this year. So don't forget that. Make sure, of course, you're signed up at DFS Army. Do the yearly. You're in. The yearly NFL is a 12-month package. It goes for 12 months no matter when you sign up. So if you're in there now, you still have your subscription active, and you can go check out the rankings. You're going to get the draft assistant tool for best ball as soon as I feel it's ready to launch and actually use for commercially. Some of you guys who are in DFS Army will get the beta version of it, like for testing. And then once the season starts, we'll have done all the research, all the back testing, all of that, and we're going to be fully ready for DFS season to crush. Listen, you see my account; it's only we got here. I'm playing seriously. I play with money, and you see the numbers. We had a profitable year last year playing DFS. We had the best year ever for the DFS Army subscribers. So, like, more of that is to come. And I want to see you guys at dfsarmy.com signed up as members. That being said, let's take a final look at this draft here. I'm just going to look at mine, guys, as we're hitting the 2-hour mark, and I like to keep these draft paloozas to 2 hours or less. So just real quick, what I did here, started with triple tap. This is called Robust RB, 3 running backs in the first 4 picks. This is what won last year. This actually probably won't win this year. One of the things I noticed in the research is what won last year on RB strategy has never won the next year. So last year was supreme robust RB, 3 in the first 5. That probably means that this year we're going to see a lot of injuries at the running back position just from karma. just from karma. But either way, this is how I always like to draft. And so I've always drafted robust RB, and it works when it works, and it doesn't when it doesn't. Taylor, Hampton, Javante. Then one of my favorite guys this year is Ladd McConkey. He's going to be the Keenan Allen breakout guy that you're like, why the fuck didn't I take more? He's going to be getting 12 targets a game. I love Ladd. I took Carnell Tate, rookie wide receiver for the Titans. Titans have no competition for targets. Tate is going to be a stud day one. Reminds me of Odell Beckham Jr. So don't laugh until you've tried it. But I did get his quarterback as well a little bit later. We got Jaden Daniels, pretty much unstacked. I got a Jaden Daniels piece a little later as well. I think a tight end. I think I got his tight end in there. Justin Herbert, we got him with Ladd McConkey. I had a plan originally to get Quentin Johnston and maybe some tight end action, but don't know. Yeah, I did the tight end. Yeah, the Titans offense does suck, but maybe they'll get a little better, Jake P. Maybe like Cam Ward will be a little less terrible this year. I'm giving him a shot at being a little less bad. Ricky Pearsall, Mason. I wanted to mention this pick here, guys. Mason might wind up as the starting running back for the Viking. I mean, Aaron Jones is getting so old. Mason has been good at times in his career. So, it wouldn't shock me if Mason was okay. Now, remember at the start of the show, I said pure punt tight end has been one of the most successful approaches. So we went pretty much pure punt tight end. First tight end didn't come until round 10, and then round 13, and round 16, and then round 18. So we got 4 of them. We're just taking them late. I believe that is the way to win at best ball. So, do with it what you will. That being said, this is a DraftKings draft. I took a bunch of wide receivers late, hoping for the best. So I really like this second draft. I don't know what you guys thought of it, but hopefully you had fun hanging out today. Guys, back on Friday for Draftapalooza. I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be the cadence. I don't know if I'm always going to be able to pull off a full 2-hour version. It would start at 11 sometimes. We'll vary the time. So make sure you're subscribed here to the channel. Hit the notification bell. It'll let you know when the live stream is coming up. If you're watching on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever, make sure you follow, like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. Oh, B-Dubs, let's take a look at your team before we go. My man. Let's see. B-Dubs. Okay, I love the start. James Cook and Kenny Walker. Spectacular. We got robust RB here with the third running back in the first 5 picks. I'm a fan of robust RB. Then we got WR1 for the Eagles, Devontae Smith. We got WR1 for the Panthers, Tetaroa. And then WR1 maybe for the Jaguar. Oh, with Trevor Lawrence. Pair up Lawrence with his WR1. I like that. WR2 with Lawrence. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm glad that you told me to look at this. I love this fucking draft. See? B-Dubs, that's why you're on the fucking staff, bro. Myers. We got Coker in there with Bryce Young and Tetaroa. So we got a second deep stack built. This is a beautifully put together team. We got Brenton Strange complete the Trevor Lawrence stack. Oh, so good. Right? Couple of one-offs. Malachi Fields. Okay, that's an interesting pick. He could be something. Braylon Allen, we got a handcuff here for Braylon Allen's a bit of a standalone value for Breece Hall. This is a really good draft. Really, really good. Deep parlays in here as well. We'll do one last look over. I'm starting to get dizzy from hungry, by the way. Wait a second. Hold on. I need a freaking cashew or something. Starting to get dizzy. Hold on. All right, deep parlay, last one I'm going to look over. We talked a lot about your draft, but Amon-Ra, really interesting thing there. I do not like jumping ADP on Amon-Ra, but I'm sure, I don't like that move. Jordan Love could be great. Obviously a mysterious rookie on a mediocre team, but, this could be Jahmyr Gibbs 2.0. We got A.J. Brown and Javonte. Well, not Javonte. Jameson Williams. Jamo. I love Price here. So we got both rookie running backs, deep parlay. Interesting. We got Hurts connected with maybe A.J. Brown, but probably not. Got kind of a naked Hurts, naked Dak Prescott in this one so far. Monangai, Addison. We got Goddard there with Hurts. So we got our stack in. Did you get Ferguson for no? So completely naked Dak. Naked. Isaiah Pacheco, a very nice handcuff for Jahmyr Gibbs. I like that you took Pacheco there. That's a great sort of pick. That's fine. If Gibbs gets hurt, Pacheco will be shining. Juwan Jennings on Minnesota, just all right. Algier, again, you took your own. Here's your own handcuff of Algier for Love. I think Algier might have some standalone value. I think it's not the worst double handcuff. Who is this guy? Theo Johnson. I don't know about Theo Johnson, bro. Isaiah Likely's on the Giants now. Wiz Khalifa Raymond, Chris Brazil. So, I mean, this is, I think you took some chances here. I think you took some chances there. Yeah. All in all, not bad, but I think this can do better. Juwan Jennings, I don't know about him. So I think we could do better in the second half of these. You need to get some reps in. Let's get some reps going. And what the hell do I know anyway? Max at 150, you're going to try to switch up. So not all robot. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of this is in the research report, Jake P. Take a look, but you definitely want to switch it up. The biggest thing that we came away with from the research was RB strategy changes from year to year. 1 year it's hero RB, 0 RB, robust RB, early RB. It changes. It's never the same. Last year was robust RB, and the chances are that it's not going to be robust RB again. And you're seeing it because now all of these running backs that would have been third and fourth round picks are getting pushed up to the third round, the second round this year because it worked last year. And that's the problem. What worked last year, now people chase that, and it puts our thing down, flip it, and reverse it. It reverses it. Self-fulfilling prophecy, it reverses. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. Draftapalooza Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday. All summer long, best ball teams, Underdog, DraftKings, whatever it is. Maybe one of those guys will sponsor us, and then we'll do only that one. But until we're sponsored, we're gone. We're free agents. We're free agents. We're just going to go where the money takes us. We're basically whores of best ball at this point. No one's paying us. Just whoring around all over the place. All right. Good luck, guys. I'll see you guys on Friday. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out the other stuff we have going on here on the DFS Army YouTube channel. I have a lot of long-form fantasy football videos as well, 12-minute, 5-minute, 8-minute little strategy videos. So after you watch this, make sure to go to the DFS Army YouTube channel. Check out the latest one, which was the 5 draft commandments. It's a really cool thumbnail for that one. 5 draft commandments here on the DFS Army YouTube channel, guys. I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care, everybody.